Okay, right. Welcome to the first budget duel. I'm playing Evil Eye.
And I'm playing Slifer the Sky Dragon. So we had the roll off here, and I won on the dice roll and chose to go first.
Which is not bad because my deck is actually the going second one.
Yeah, so I start off with Numeron walls, which allows me to get a field spell Numeron network from my deck and add it to my hand, and then I play it instantly.
This time I had no idea what was going on. I had to read that.
I think at this point you commented on how shiny it was. To be fair,
Yeah, it was probably the most shiniest card I've ever seen in old school Yu-Gi-Oh.
so then I play Numeron Calling. Yeah, so I play Numeron Calling at this point, which allows me then to bring out three of my number Numeron cards. So I bring out number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4, as it shows on screen. Although it's my first turn, so I then play Memories of Hope, which allows me to draw 4 cards, because one for every XZ card on my field. But then I play... Yeah, and then I sacrifice more for Slifer the Sky Dragon. So starting off strong at this point. And then basically I then... So I play Terraforming to bring out my Mound of the Bound Creator, which allows me then to change out with Numeron. So this, in my head, basically allowed me to be unaffected by card effects. So my Slifer should have been protected. And I set 1 card and pass my turn.
So I drew, and I'm just thinking, right, how do I take this God card down? So I activate one of the most awesome cards in the entire deck, which is Evil Eye Domain Pareidolia, which allows me to add 1 Evil Eye monster. And to be honest, I had a good hand, but Zerziel, which is the main searcher of the deck, was just the monster I needed. Still staring down. How many cards did you have in your hand at that point anyway?
I believe I have 4.
Yeah. Still not enough. But as you can tell, I had a spicy card in my hand. I just had to double check what that field card did. Yep, this was a really tough decision, so I'm pretty sure I activated the Evil Eye Confrontation. So what that does, it just, as long as I control an Evil Eye, you target one spell or trap and it destroys it. But if I do control an Evil Eye monster, I can actually banish it, which I didn't control then. So it was just a matter of destroying it.
Yeah, and then because you destroyed my mound, I then got my other Slifer to my hand at that point.
Yeah, double Slifer. I mean, what could be better than that? And there's a spice, the Forbidden Chalice. So your Slifer went down to 400 attack from 4,000.
No, it was 5,000
sorry,
this time, yeah.
Yeah. So were you even expecting that spicy tech card?
Well, I don't think Slifer does. So if you saw that in the anime where, say, Bakura or Marek was staring down Slifer and they just went Forbidden Chalice, it probably would have ruined the series.
It probably would have, yeah. So I search a Evil Eye Mesmerism. And the reason why I thought that is because I saw your second Slifer and I thought if you summon him, I might be able to steal it away from you. And there's the main card of the deck, Evil Eye of Selene. Minus 500. Every time I take any sort of life points off, it adds on. Every time you activate Evil Eye card, it takes 500 off it, and it adds 500 to my monster. So I think I started losing attack and swung over your Slifer.
Yeah, no, which is depressing, yeah.
And then it was your turn.
It was, yes. So then I start with Monster Reborn to bring Slifer back.
Jeez.
And at this point here, he's still got 5,000 attack points.
Yep.
Which I believe I just attack over. Yep.
And you swung. Yeah, not much I could do about that. I mean, you pretty much ruined the Evil Eye Mesmerism.
Yeah. So obviously during this replay, it looks like I don't remember to remove Slifer from the field because of Monster Reborn, but actually I do later on. So yeah, that was my own turn. I set 1 more card and then passed.
Yeah, and at this point I'm just thinking, right, I need to get rid of that card, and I just don't know if I've got the resources to do so. It's not every day you stare down a 5,000 attack Slifer. So I just set 1 and pass. And I just had to double check how many cards he had. I was like, crap, it's just going to keep going up.
Yeah, so 4,000 this time, which then I think at this point I remember that Slifer has to leave the field, which I think that at this point I correct. Or did I?
That's a good question. So if you Monster Reborn, it leaves at the end of the phase. Is that the thing?
Yeah, so basically God cards all have that effect wherever yeah, so then I think this is the point where we start talking through and I go, yeah, that's where it was. It also means that because I had Slifer on the field, I couldn't use Numeron network anyway. So by doing
Yeah.
it this way, it kind of allowed me
I
to
think
play
that's the
that.
thing with the God cards because not a lot of people play them. You've got to really make sure. Okay, I didn't think you had any players. You kind of set cards and you passed.
Yeah, I put one more card face down. I played Numeron network, and that was that. Um, then you then went into your turn.
Yeah, and then I flipped Medusa, the card I set, and Medusa's effect is really cool. When it's normal summoned, target one Evil Eye card in your graveyard, then add it to your hand. Um, and of course, because of that, I summoned the Basilisk,
Mm-hmm.
which allows you to pretty much Foolish Burial a spell or trap for extra Foolish Burial goods, even a spell or trap. And I think I sent the Evil Eye Domain Paradolia because I think I had another Medusa in my hand at that point, and I thought, wow, I could bring it back if I needed to. And then I go into the link play, so that's link two, and that's Gorgon, Empress of the Evil Eye, who is pretty much Medusa but with the Evil Eye equipped, Evil Eye of Gorgonea equipped, and that I actually do drop the Evil Eye of Gorgoneo on the field. And I had a really good combo with this, but I don't think I had the cards for it. So I thought, okay, just gonna try and see what effects I had. So Gorgoneo's effect, for those of you that don't know, you treat it exactly like the Evil Eye of Selene, but when my life points are lower than yours, I get the difference in life points as attack points. Um, so at this point, I believe I had 1,200, 2,200
Yep.
even, which I don't know. Was that reverse OTK? I don't know if I beat you this time.
Oh, we'll see. But then you did 4,100 damage to me, which took me down to 2,700. Remembering I've still got my Slifer in hand, and I've still got Numeron network on the field. So I think,
And at this point, I'm feeling really confident because I had the Evil Eye of Mesmerism down as well. But there we go again.
so yeah, I play Calling to allow me to bring out all four of my Numeron cards, um, which again allowed me to play into either the ability to attack. I realised at this point that if I tried to attack over your Link monster, I would have died. Although they don't get destroyed to double attack, but I was able to go into another Memories of Hope to draw four more cards. So I think at this point now I've got 9 cards in hand.
I think you've drawn your whole deck at this point.
Yeah, I was pretty close. So yeah, I've got 9 cards in hand, which obviously is a completely legal hand size in the middle of a turn, but not at the end. And then I decide at this point I'm going to go with Slifer the Sky Dragon.
Yeah, just insane at that play. I mean, that combo is extra spicy. And you still have the one Numeron left.
Yep.
And
So I
then you
think then
activate.
you're...
What's that spell card called?
So this one was basically I was using Thunder Force attack, which basically means that I destroy all the cards on your side of the field and draw a card for each one. So at this point, I'm drawing an additional card, which then you then use Mesmerism, which then you try and take my Numeron, which means that basically rather than me destroying one card in your field, I'll then, as Chain Link 2, I now then go, right, that's 2. Which then my Slifer then goes up from a very low 7,000 attack points at this point to now 9,000.
In retrospect, it wasn't the best idea.
And then basically, yeah, that wins over, and then Slifer does 9,000 damage to you directly.
Yeah. And at this point, most people will be thinking, well, we have to side deck. I actually don't have a side deck, so I couldn't afford the side deck.